the eternal love story between a potato and you. يعني it's not you're having a conversation. You're not shouting. You're having a conversation subtly. Oh, by the way, this is tomato. When we come, Coke is one of the most يعني Coke are one of the masters for content marketing. And they have numerous case studies على الكونتنت ماركتنج اللي كوكا-كولا قاعدين يعملوه. بس one of my favorites is الكامبين هذا اللي عملوه حق share a Coke with. Have you heard about this? أي أحد كان في أمريكا ولا يوروب؟ Yeah? I didn't know that. Exactly. So what they did was أول شيء في هذا الكامبين بدأ in أستراليا. خلاص؟ لاحظوا شيء في أستراليا وفي الديموغرافيكس اللي عندهم هناك إنه number one our young demographic مع الأدولت demographic اللي عندنا less young Coca-Cola drinkers in Australia من أي مكان ثاني في العالم. So what's the problem؟ إنه الأويرنس اللي عندنا على younger generation ما يعني are not loyal to Coca-Cola. So they wanted to create a fun campaign around how can we نشجع اليوم demographic يجي وفقط يفكر في كوكا-كولا. They thought about السيناريو هذا إنه I want to make it personal رقم واحد. I want to make it gifting. I want a social aspect within drinking sodas. They created this concept. You put أول شيء you can customize and create virtual Coca-Colas online through a website حقها. You can put an email حق شخص تكتب اسمه ويجيهم credit with their printed name anywhere within a Coca-Cola vending machines. Little by little they started عملوا market research على أكثر 150 اسم متعارف في أستراليا. They printed it out, pre-printed, they distributed حول كل Europe. What they found out within Australia itself, 7% increase in the young to adult consumption of Coca-Cola. You guys, كل هذا بس إني أخليه personal. But this is content marketing. What they found out more than that is 76,000 visitors جو وعملوا virtual cokes وحطوا أسامي الأشخاص ورسلوا لهم credit. What they found out even more is that 170% increase on their Facebook traffic. Who uses Facebook? The young demographic in Europe. Did they hit their marketing objectives through this content marketing campaign? Yes. And it wasn't shouting. And they're in an endless competition بين Pepsi وبين Coca-Cola, صح? When they did this, لو Pepsi تبغى تدفع, if Pepsi wants to compete right now, they need to pay largely. How much did these guys pay? Market research of the top 150 names. Or number two, virtual a landing page about the co-creation, which they have live right now. You have within a last slide of the slides, you have a link حق Coca-Cola's content marketing website right now. They expanded بعد ما شافوا the success of this content marketing campaign هذا. They expanded it so much. وظفوا 4 full-time content writers. وظفوا 40 freelancer part-timers. وعملوا صفحة عندهم about the entire Coke experience. لما أقول Coke experience, it's not drinking sodas. We go back here. What topic do your audience wants to know about? When we talk about sodas, I will drink a soda, خلاص, I will throw it out. But no, what they looked at is what is the social factor of drinking sodas with your friends. When you drink a Coke and you walk around, how do you feel? When you go to the movies and you want something to binge on, what do you buy? They looked at everything around the value of what they are offering as a soda company. They created a website الحين. They have co-creators, 4 full-time content writers, 40 freelancers, and it is endless. You can check it out, Coca-Cola content marketing. Just Google it, حيطلع لك الموقع حقهم. They have كأنه الموقع حقهم right now is a library of lifestyle content. صاروا اليوزرز بعد ما فتحوا لهم المجال to have a platform, صاروا يحطوا recipes of Coca-Cola drinks. They co-created. صاروا حاطين functionalities to sell this recipe to anyone that does it and wants to actually do it on a drinking restaurant. يعني recipes went to a bigger scale من فقط a company. It went into a social factor, it went into a shareable content, then it went into a monetization tool for users. And this is what, يعني if we even go to Snapchat, Snapchat was a content creator. 24 hours was their hook. الآها moment إنه ترى if you don't look at this snap within 24 hours خلاص حتروح عليك. ليه الفيوز ليه الكونفرجن في سناب شات أعلى؟ It's content وإنستغرام is content وفيسبوك is content. But why Snapchat is higher in terms of business convergence? It's a time factor. طب لو أنا حاجي وأقول a time factor what is the value that Snapchat is offering? السرعة. I want to know. ما أبغى FOMO. FOMO. This is the mentality that Snapchat is working on. لما حاجي وأقول عن FOMO, what do Snapchat want to create? Ways to alleviate FOMO. So what product did they create? الجلاسز حقتهم. To have it on the go, regardless. I just want to show you قديش from one content marketing experience you can create an entire method of marketing for your entire business throughout the entire year. And this is what Coke did. And it's a beautiful story.
And that's a direct impact. The indirect impact is what?
Content marketing?
Yeah, on the brand. Their brand, I was just looking up now, is worth 81 million at the end of 2019. And that's 35% of the value of the entire company is coming from just the brand.
Wow. 81 billion?
81 billion.
I think it's the most highly valued non-technical company. بعد طبعا أراكم. Alright, do you guys know Buffer?
Yes.
So Buffer is, it's a social media management tool, and all they want to do is they want to optimize. They want to optimize الconversion اللي تيجي عن طريق social media. خلاص؟ الآن if we go back here, what topic can they talk about? And what, along with the value that they are offering, the value is clear and simple, صح? Optimizing social media access. What topics can they talk about? This is endless, huh? What topics can they talk about for their audience? أول شيء لسه كسباك. Who is Buffer's audience? Social media users, individuals or businesses?
Both.
Both. حلو. What do both want to know? What topics can Buffer talk about to use content marketing?
I think they both want to know if the other person is addressing their concern, maybe. Concern with the other party, they want to know how that's being addressed, for example.
When it comes to individuals and businesses, صح؟
Right.
حلو. بس why do I أنت الآن البس قبعة Buffer خلاص؟ Why do I as a user, whether I was an individual or a business, why do I want to pay you? I want to save time. I want to increase the conversion اللي قاعد يجيني صح؟ What else?
Omnichannel. To be an omnichannel.
حلو. I want it to be a place where I can expand into further channels صح؟ And the most important, I want my business or my channel to be the most successful. So what topics can I talk about?
How to attract.
حلو. Top طبعا in content marketing we use the top هذه. This has higher conversion than anything without the top 5. What can they talk about? And you will see it right here. A simple 6-step framework. When you put a number, conversion is so much higher. A simple 6-step framework into running social media experiments. Individuals and businesses. How to create engaging short videos for your social media. They don't do لا هذه service and they don't do this service. But the value of their platform will be optimized if people do الsteps هذه. The reason I'm showing you these examples is to truly understand the equation هذه. When we talk about topics, it is not the product. It is everything around the product. When we talk about what is the value you're offering, this is also not the product. It is what is the end value. Okay, I want to listen to podcasts. ليه؟ أبغى أتعلم، ما أبغى أضيع وقت, and I want to explore. You have 3 main areas, and I'm sure if we sit together, we can create so many more. But around every one of them, you have endless amounts of content that you can generate. Who play? Why do I want to be matched with a user? Why? أعطيني ليه? What is the end value? I get your functionality. What is the end value of being matched with a user?
More fun gaming experience for you.
More fun gaming experience.
It's the most out of your
حلو.
experience.
So how can you make your gaming experience more and more fun? How can you find out if this gamer matches you and based on your personality assessment? You can integrate with David Meyer's 16 personality types.
Right.
Based on historical data, the top personalities that like gaming together are X and X. It's endless. It's endless. مجموعة طبيب. what value end value that do you offer females
يعني طبعا خدمات زي خدمات البشرة ممكن نعمل كونتنت. ليه المفروض ان هي السيدات ينظفوا بشرتهم؟ وامتى المفروض ينظفوا بشرتهم؟ عدد المرات المفروض
100%. بس الاند فاليو احمد، انا رحت اشتريت عند طبيب، اخذت السيرفيس وخلاص. انا to me as a customer ليه كنت ابغى اعمل كل هذا؟
خدمة تجميلية.
بالضبط، ابغى احس بالويلنس، صح؟ I want female wellness. كل التوبكس حول female wellness are tapping exactly into the value offered by مجموعة طبيب. It is not skin, it's not dental, it's not spa, and it's not laser. It's the end value. And this is this equation, and this is what you guys يعني معلش شوية حاطول فيها لأنه if you don't get this everything else will be useless. This is the most important. ما حاجي واتكلم عن one of the product offerings تحت اللي عندي for linkers. Buffer's example is exactly spot on for linkers. لأنه when we talk about this, you are a B2B business and you want to optimize business, reduce waste, give them further data and increase revenue. صح? As a business, how can you increase revenue? 5 steps. As a business, how can you minimize waste? 5 steps. It is endless. Videos, tutorials, slide share, 500,000 شيء. بس you're not shouting. You're not shouting. وفي شيء مرة مهم. ترى most of the companies dream of creating something يعني something like this, and they actually spend a lot of resources, especially startups. جتنا أول startup اسمها شدة. And they're logistic startups. They deliver on-demand food and they deliver on-demand transportation as well. They tried one type of content marketing and it boomed. كانوا ستارت اب ما في resources، ما كان في شيء، حتى seed investment ما دخلوها. بس they had really good operations and really good data analytics within the الويب سايت نفسها. ما في فلوس يصرفوا سناب شات، انستغرام وغيرها. What did they do؟ عملوا infographic and I fell in love معاهم من بعد ما ورانا الشيء هذا. عملوا infographic. What are the best coffee places in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia؟ تحتها ايش انواع القهوه؟ عندك المكياتو، عندك اللاتيه، عندك الكابتشينو، ايش الفرق بالحليب، وايش الفرق؟ ما له دخل في on demand transportation، بس له دخل بالvalue that they are offering. That infographic generated more traffic than in their entire 6 months in the past of operations. It's the value. لما نيجي نقول شدة الفاليو حقها او البرودكت، let's نمسك البرودكت، they deliver on demand food for you من أي مكان تختاره or on demand transportation. The majority when they looked at the data, a lot of people were ordering specialty coffee من عندهم. Therefore, they found out that a part of my users want to understand about specialty coffee. A lot of their users, the majority was from Riyadh. Top coffee places in Riyadh, infographic، تحتها infographic ثاني أنواع القهوة. إيش الفرق بين اللاتيه والكابتشينو؟ هذا له دخل في transportation؟ No، بس له دخل. It is exactly right here. It is a mix between what topics do your audience want to know about to what is the value that you are offering. And it is not shouting. You guys are consumers and you're founders, صح؟ As a consumer, البس قبعة الconsumer. Will you trust the brand more when they don't shout at you?
Yes.
1,000,000%. بس will you be intrigued إذا جاء وقال لك اشتري؟ الأسلوب حيعتمد وكل شيء حيعتمد، بس will you be intrigued؟ كذا بعرف what do these guys offer؟ No. Will this intrigue you? A simple 6-step framework for running social media experiments if you were a business looking into optimizing your social media presence? You want to know وش دخل هذه الشركة بهذا and how can I maximize and how can I do a 6-step framework؟ طيب. To take content marketing into the next step. Okay, and the core objective is content marketing. قلنا 3 main things: getting leads, nurturing my current leads, and building a story. لما أجي وأشوف what Buffer did هنا. I have an end goal, صح? Nurture leads or get leads or build a story. How can I maximize my call of action? If you go to Buffer and you check البلوج اللي عندهم and you press on anything, instead of the comments page اللي تحت البلوجز العادية, you have the email registration page. شوفوا simple trick. It's so simple. You will read regardless because you need to know this content for you to develop your business regardless of buffer or لا. But by the way, you're reading, you want to turn this idea into life, sign up. يعني it's right in front of us. بس الصخب اللي بنشوفه اليوم شال مننا common sense. And this is human nature للأسف الشديد. خلاص احنا انحطينا تحت الستيريوتايب هذا. We need to remove this. زي ما we talked about creating your own channels 2 days ago, we need to talk about how can we create content for every single channel I am in. طيب, can they use this for Snapchat? No. If they want to acquire users via Snapchat buffer, they cannot use a language هذه. What language can they use? They can customize نفس educational content أو نفس awareness content on utilizing the FOMO aspect of Snapchat. How can you maximize social media presence within 4 hours? I will customize my customer persona based on my channel persona as well. And this is key to content marketing. It's not simply doing incredible content خلاص من غير any call of action. حتى ال call of action اللي عندك within content marketing needs to be innovative. Where do you put it? How do you talk about it? How do you convince them to register? Oh my god, this video. بس it's a bit emotional, فأي أحد حاسس نفسه on the edge عادي ياخذ break. You guys know Cleveland Clinic? Okay. I fell in love with them after this video. ليش؟ في دمعة حتنزل؟
In 1977, I met a French chef. He said,
أمانة يا باسل. يعني أشوف أخشام حمراء. It's so sad صح؟ It's so sad. وراكم any kind of direct marketing على Cleveland Clinic. It's okay خالد. صور لا بس حقيقي وروكم اي ديفايس من كليفلاند كلينيك، قالوا لكم اشتروا اي شيء، قالوا لكم تعالوا we're the best hospital in the world. No, they looked at the topics their audience wants to talk about, which is what? Coping with life, coping with diseases, coping with empathy. This is an empathy campaign. It's an empathy campaign. And آخر الفيديو Cleveland Clinic. This is content marketing. And this is what we don't see اليوم في السوق هذا. And this is our opportunity to shine. It's through actual value. Things that are all around the value حق الaudience حقنا, topics that our audience wants to hear about.
زين عندهم اشياء كويسه.
كيف؟
في المجال هذا. زين.
زين يس الفيديو حق رمضان الفيديو صح 100%.
عشان كده ما اعرفش اشارك في القانون.
Okay. We're back. Oh, I could have played it here. Did you know this? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, this is okay. بعد الأشياء الحزينة حوريكم أشياء مرة حلوة. Have you guys ever heard of a company called Blend Tech? You saw this? It's so cool. This is يمكن من أكثر الكيس ستاديز اللي كتبت عن content marketing was about this company. أبى أحكيكم القصة حقته أول شيء قبل ما أوريكم الفيديو and إيش البز اللي عمله خلاص. This guy launched, so هو يعني he loves powerful devices خلاص and he's an engineer and his lifelong dream على قد ما we might think small was to build the most powerful blender in the world. خلاط. He wanted to build the most powerful blender in the world. 1995 he started the company. تقريبا 10 سنين أو 11 سنة from 1995 until 2006 they were almost gonna shut down من كثر ما في revenues. راح وظف واحد حق ماركتينج I think اسمه جورج وايت. Yes, جورج وايت. جورج وايت كان شغال بشركة قبل وقاعد يضحك عليه إنه يا حبيبي الماركتينج بادجت اللي عندك سوري الريفنيو حقك بالكامل أقل من الماركتينج بادجت في الشركة القديمة اللي كنت فيها. بس you know what? I will try to help you. لأنه he was a pure geek. وما في ولا شيء بزنس purely كيف أبني the most powerful blender in the world. طب you guys as I'm sure you guys use blender صح؟ We all are consumers and we all can relate to the end consumer. Do we care about how powerful the blender is? في النهاية it's fruits or vegetables or whatever. Do we care? This guy had a fascination مع إنه ما كان فيه يعني يا أخي الأند consumer مو مهتم. بس okay you know what دخل هذا جورج وايت النيو ماركتينج مانجر اللي عنده and how can we maximize the sales with budget يعني ضحك for marketing. قاعد قال you know what with this budget I can't work but I will try to observe you في اللاب to try to understand the ins and outs of how you develop a blender هذا. في يوم قاعد وماشي من جنب اللاب قاعد يشوف الرجال صاحبنا الانجينير الجيك حاطط تعرفوا الخشبات الكبيرة اللي زي الطاولات اللي عندنا تقريبا 2 by 2 خلاص دخل عليه لقي انه قاعد he was testing out a new blender وقاعد يحط الخشبات هذه ويقفل عليها and he's blending on a blender. واستغرب اكثر انه كيف الخشبة هذه actually blended in the blender. فقال له can you do this with everything؟ قال له yes it's the most powerful blender in the world. قال له اوكي دقيقة give me $50 from the company's budget. أعطاه $50 راح اشترى له لاب كوت اشترى ماربلز واشترى سكرو درايفرز as well. ماربلز عارفينها صح؟ ايش يعني ماربل؟
رخام.
اي رخام بس هذه الصغيرة الدوائر. ايوه لا رجعون هذا هو. اشتروها وقالوا اوكي you know what let's try بس wait I want to put a video camera I want to see what's gonna happen. I want to show you. This is really cool. حطيتي اللوجو. سحرك.
Will it blend? That is the question.
You guys عملوا a whole series بعد أول فيديو لما حطوا الماربلز and they actually saw إنه بعد 15 ثانية والغطاء محطوط 15 seconds فتح الغطاء وطلع smoke الماربلز انطحنت. little by little عملوا فيديو series بالكامل كأنه TV show اسمه Will it blend. This Will it blend TV show جاب لهم 700% increase in all of their sales. You guys $50 $50 جاب فيها ماربل. This was their marketing budget and the video camera.
Hey YouTube, it's that time of the year again. Amazon Prime Day is just around the corner. And to celebrate, I thought it only fitting that I put the Amazon Echo to the Will It Blend test. But first, Alexa, order some honey roasted peanuts and some apples from Whole Foods.
That sounds delicious, Tom. Your order has been placed.
Wow, that was sure easy. Thanks, Alexa. On Prime Day, great deals will be available all over the place. There may even be a smoking hot deal on this very blender.
Tom, you're not supposed to talk about that. Notifying legal now.
Indirect.
No, you're not. I think I'll press the buy now button. Don't breathe this. Hi friends, like
You guys, echo راح خلاص. It's echo smoke. بس من ضمن الفاكتورز that made this a winning TV show. Number one, he's such a geek. يعني شيء كتكوت كذا. Number two, حقيقي ولت blend. It made everyone curious. وصاروا الناس يعطوه suggestions. I dare you to blend an iPhone. The most viral video اللي كان عنده was when the iPhone came out. وحط الايفون and he blended it. 700% increase in sales. 700. في budget البداية ما كان فيها up until you find the winning language. And the winning topics to also talk about. But I think Buffer is the perfect example for you. وغير Buffer في there's a VC company, I think I have a slide on it here. There's a VC company and it's phenomenal لأنه اسمها Open View Ventures. They have, if you go to الموقع حقهم, they have an entire page. يعني أنا ما شفت any VC company عندها صفحة كاملة عن كل أنواع الcontent. The reason I'm telling you about this example is because الحلو إنهم they write content for startups and they also write content for investors. This is exactly what you want to do as well. يعني you want to write content for the end consumer and for البزنس نفسه.
ان شاء الله نشوف فرق.
إن شاء الله ما عليك إن شاء الله مع محتوايز. Alright, perfect. So in pre-marketing campaigns, prior to even doing it, how can we ensure ونضيع من and we try to save the time that people take to find the winning content for a business event? You guys would have the slides هذه كلها بعد workshop on Slack. لكن what I would truly recommend is by Thursday, all of you answer these questions internally بينكم وبين بعض. لأنه, for example, what are the top 5 emotions that you want to portray in your application or in your business? as a user لما أجي and I try to use any of your platforms, what are the top 5 emotions؟ ما أبغى صفات، أبغى إحساس. You remember 2 days ago we were talking about the functional benefits and the emotional benefits. هذه فوق هذه. وأحلى شيء في الهرم كله is thought leadership and building a movement. But we need to understand the emotions behind every single thing that we do. When I'm talking about, for example, محتوايز, I think you guys, you're such a horizontal platform in terms of subjects, and it won't be easy for you to identify this. But what you can identify is the macro emotions for any podcast listener, regardless of the subject. For مجموعة طبيب, this is much more easy to identify what are the top 5 basic emotions. هل أنا do I want to buy or subscribe to your product for an aspirational goal؟ هل أنا عندي inspiration متوقع يجيني if I use your product? Then inspiration is one of your emotions. هل أنا متوقع إنه I will save time or I will become more optimized by using your product? This is one of the main emotions that you want to portray. Ambitious, لأنه if I see how much you might save me, am I starting to feel ambitious? When you understand the 5 basic emotions that you want to portray within the content حق المشروع الكامل, the value, again, not the product, the value. When I understand this, I can try to go sit with my team and understand all of the different contents that I can create to tackle to these emotions. To move, I want us to move from functional benefits to emotional benefits. And little by little, we have to move more and more. Third one, you remember what it was? Functional, emotional, value creation. And value alignment with your user. Last one was building a movement. But we can't jump from here to here. Today, we talked, I think functional benefits, all of our one-on-ones mean, everything we do is about the function. What we need to start looking at to truly capitalize on the functionalities that we have, that we want to build, is the emotional benefits as well. If you don't hit a chord within your consumer, you don't have a competitive edge. And what we need to start working on, we know بهذا الوقت to start a business أرخص من أي وقت ثاني، صح؟ We know that competitors will have. And this is normal. ولكن المصارعة هذه اللي ما بين ميزانيتها في التسويق وميزانيتي أنا will not help us. We don't have the resources, we are startups and we cannot compete. But we are more innovative and we can be more innovative منهم كلهم. وend of the day, innovation لو تحط فيها ريال الROI حقها أعلى من anything conventional. And innovation even على content marketing applies 100%. Top 5 basic emotions, top 10 words that are, by the way, this exercise المفروض يكون 50-50-50 بس حسيتكم حتقتلوني شوية فخليتها 10-10-10. بس I would highly suggest 50 as well. لكن 10 نقول at least Top 10 words that describe your app. Who play? أعطيني 5 كلمات. Describe your app, not emotions, nothing else. Describe it. Describe it. 5 basic words.
Who wants to play? مين يلعب؟
هذا أكثر كلمة just كلام
From our users.
حلو. This is you describing who play? Okay, describe more. Describe it. شوف أي شيء يجي في بالك. مو جملة كلمة. Top 5 words that describe your app. Friendly. You want friends together. صح? Fun. You're a gaming platform for God's sake. صح؟
على جوك هذا دائما يقولوها
حلو. Spontaneous. على جوك. جميل.
Tinder for gamers.
Tinder dating يا سلام. هاجر.
That wasn't hard.
يا هاجر عسل.
they want to enter into a
Fantasy world, yeah, where they have control. Yeah.
Dreamers.
Yeah.
Unrealistic people. Fictional والله. You guys, all of these words, I swear to you, they can help you generate content ideas بطريقة مو طبيعية. والشيء الحلو about content is that you have utter control عليه. You can delete, you can experiment على شيء ثاني. Didn't work, ما كان في conversion or retweet or engagement عالي, delete, another thing. And if you don't have this data, you will be hitting with a blindfold. You need to sit together and identify all of this مع بعض. and you have these slides, and I would strongly recommend we even sit together on Thursday في one-on-ones على كل هذا الأشياء. Alright, so end of the day, why do we need to know all of this? It's to achieve this. We need to have the right customer to know exactly مين الشخص اللي حنروح وحنستهدف. يا هلا وسهلا. نورتني. مين الشخص اللي حنروح وحنستهدف. The right customer, right? We need to also have the right time. If I am talking about, for example, Hubli, مرة ثانية. Ramadan, is it the right time to try to create content?
It's a great time.
Really? Yeah. You guys know better. ليه؟
You're physically weak, you have nothing to do, يعني. You're full of food, يعني, one of the two, يعني. You're always physically limited. Just play games, يعني.
That's actually really smart. You gain more from Ramadan.
Yeah, hours centrally, يعني.
Beautiful. Having the right time equation, are you gonna spend more on content marketing behind the seasons?
Yeah.
What are the seasons for Hoopling? What are the wrong times for Hoopling?
Wrong times?
Yes.
Anything close to exams, yeah. Or the beginning of vacation because people are traveling. They're not thinking about staying home and like playing games, for example.
Okay. Understanding the seasonalities within all of the functionalities, حتى functionalities that. For the esports, when is the right time? To match gamers الساعة كم في اليوم? And the timing, not just the season, the timing per each category, per each functionality, and per each product. Aside from the right customer, the right time, you need to know the right channel. وهنا we talked about the bullseye method. And this is something I would also strongly suggest for Thursday with this. على one-on-ones. لأنه you guys, what's beautiful about everything we're doing is that we have control and we can change. Number two, experimentation زماننا اليوم does not cost a thing. It costs focus. And sometimes focus is more expensive than having a billboard advertisement برا في الشوارع. But I know together we can make this happen. Focus is key. If we don't spend our time صح بعد كل workshop نعرف شيء we get inspired نطلع إحنا ما استفدنا شيء. If بعد كل workshop we try to put our heads together we try to okay how can we reflect every single value add على our own business, this is how we can make use of these 3 months. Understanding the right channel وهنا I would strongly suggest bullseye. And we spoke about this 2 days ago. And the right message. And this is about what we're talking about today, the content marketing. Understanding this will help you understand this. Within this exercise, we can start to identify ايش red flags that I should never go and tackle or I should never أخلي language حقتي على هذه الكلمات. عشان كده you have another question. Top problems, your absence, وبعدين what are the top 10 words that describe your competitors' brands? Should you use the same language that your competitors are using? Hell no. Hell no. طيب, should you use the same channels that your competitors are using? If you can give me a percentage, I have X to spend على channels. كم منها بحطها في my competitors' channels وكم منها I want to create my own channels? More your own, صح? Majority? Do we at least agree with this? Majority على creating my own channels.
Depends.
And
your competitor أسلافي وكذا داخين نفرج عليهم.
الشيء الحلو عندك إنه كلهم داخين. For linkers كلهم داخين. ما عدا linkers ما شاء الله. This is why we have to activate.
زي مثلا the case of I think Hardee's McDonald's.
Which?
جنب كل ماكدونالدز تلقى مو هارديز ولا واحد.
دومينوز ومايسترو.
أو ممكن.
Yes, دومينوز مايسترو صح.
أيوه. وراه دومينوز الحين مايسترو وباب
صح صح. وفي عندي صورة على الفايت وور بين مايسترو ودومينوز بس على الكونتنت ماركتينج وحتى في السوشيال ميديا. This is an endless war, but it's not good. لأنه end of the day Domino's is a global brand. حتقنعني الريسورسز اللي عند مايسترو أكثر من اللي عند دومينوز. The only edge Maestro has is the local edge, and it's so tiring. You will lose the core value because you're so focused on defeating Domino's, and it's so dangerous. عشان كده looking at your demographic, targeting عليهم and experimenting on the persona of every channel is the #1 competitive edge. It really is. لأنه هم what they okay so let's just put one foundation. Marketeers, which is the competitors and the big brands, look at customer personas عامة على كل شيء. Growth hackers or data-driven marketeers look at the persona per each channel. And this is what will make a startup different from a corporate. This is why we saw startups defeating 100-year-old brands. لأنه they looked at how can I customize, how can I personalize, and how can I deliver my brand message and my value without having to scream. اتفقنا هذا يوم الخميس؟ Perfect. Content pillars. When we come and see مثلا كوكا كولا اتعدوا المرحلة of wanting awareness or wanting research or discovery، اتعدوا المراحل هذه كلها وحتى البيرتشس متعدينها. all they want right now is loyalty and retention على بيبسي. When we come and see, for example, what Buffer did, this is inspiration and awareness. For every stage of your startup, فاكرين كيف في البولزاي method, we also identified that every channel will not last you more than 6 months. If you use Twitter today and Twitter is the winning channel for you, it will not, على الفيز اللي انت فيه ممتاز. 3-6 months you need to revise لأنه it will start going down. وهذا شيء طبيعي. حتكون وصلت الحد. And you need to move to the next channel by reversing the bullseye method from A to Z. It's the same exact thing over here. حتى في content. One size does not fit all. Every stage of your business, your content is different. I can 100% guarantee إنه كلكم are right here right now. Which kinds of help us, صح؟ لأنه even within Felix marketing, what is Felix product? Let me ask you this. إيش البرودكت حق Felix؟ كفو عليك والله إنك كفو. You guys, your startups are our products. You are products حقنا. What is our marketing? Showing off you guys. صح? And even our marketing for you is inspiration and awareness. But we're doing that for us and for you. But you need to create your own inspiration and awareness campaigns. When we come and see this, this is the top of the funnel. When we talk about this, we want our keywords for this type of stage and this type of content shareable. رقم 1. If I see Buffer's example again, 7 steps to develop XXX. أنا دام إنه عندي business and I might want to use Buffer, I have a circle of business owners as well. They are my friends. هذا social circle اللي عندي. I will copy the link and I will share it to my WhatsApp group. Shareable content for the stages that you guys are in is the most key. And this is why شدة types of coffees, top 10 coffee locations in Riyadh, copy, paste on WhatsApp groups for my coffee lovers. لأنه هذول communities within communities within communities, and I need to monetize and capitalize on the community impact by making it shareable. Second thing we need to look at is highly visual. We have studies, I think the next slides are going to talk about this. What is the power of visual content? And the power is so much more than what we know. We'll leave it to when we go to it. Like when we talk about the opportunities we have today, with minimal resources, you guys, you have Adobe Spark available. You can create infographics from عنده for nothing. PowerPoint basic, you can create infographics from عنده for nothing. You don't even need a designer. You just need one-on-one skills, and you can do all of this.
When we start content for the first time, we haven't done content before, so people who don't know us.
Yes.
So shall we jump directly into messages, or we should have like a phase of just letting everybody know what we do?
أنا ideally أبغى أطلع فيها كنا كيكة. أنا want to split it into percentages. يعني for linkers, the number one objective for us at this point in terms of content marketing is developing case studies, which is what we spoke about yesterday. Developing case studies today. I wanted to hit 2 birds in 1 stone. Case studies of how much did I save you, how much did you not waste by using my product, is good for the trust of new leads. Hello? But by making this and giving what led to this success, البارت هذا من الكونتنت will make it a shareable content for business owners to learn from each other. So you will hit two birds with one stone through a case study of الناس الجديدة اللي ما تعرفك اللي يبغوا يثقوا فيك والناس اللي انت عندك already اللي يبغوا يتعلموا. بس I would look at case studies as 20%. I would look at blogs, infographics as 30%. The rest I would look at continuous and real-time content على the new trends of business analytics. The new functionalities of linkers من غير ما you throw it in their faces but you tell them what is the value. By the way, this is new. Click here to download, click here to sign up. The call of action is extremely important. And the call of action does not always have to be buy. أنا ممكن عندي رحلة لك كنيو يوزر عندي أنا عندي رحلة لك في مخي. أبغاك أول شيء تشوف الويب سايت حقي وتقرأ المعلومة هذه. بعد ما تقراها أبغاك تثق فيها فإيش أبغى منك؟ ما أبغى منك تشتري. أبغى منك تحط إيميلك عندي. الخطوة الجاية أبغى أعمل لك إيميل ماركتينج and I can target you once every week. الخطوة اللي بعدها I want to invite you to one of my offline activations. أنا عندي journey. أنا مخططة 10 steps قدام from my content marketing today to where do I want you to reach. And يعني I want you to kind of look at this as you guys being the master of puppets, صح؟ يعني literally you are playing around with puppets. You're trying to understand كيف إلى حد متى أقدر أوصلهم. Once we move from the funnel هذا, the inspiration and the awareness, and look at this funnel as creating trust. Look at this funnel as nurturing الناس اللي عندكم, and look at this funnel as becoming شخص knowing the ins and outs of the value that you are offering. The next step we have is research and discovery, and this is when we talk about highly valuable content. هذه الأشياء, this could absolutely be e-books. This could be register for a workshop. This could be register for a tutorial. This is highly valuable, and this will require more time in terms of research. اللي بعدها is purchase, and the purchase part is يعني للأسف what we see today everywhere, promotions. Like people jump from here to here without having to even go through a trust factor, which is why it's a competition of price. The last step is what we saw with Coca-Cola. It's loyalty and retention. And it's beautiful to see. لأن لما توصل مرحلة when you don't even have to market for yourself, this is أكثر منطقة في أي business that is dangerous. Because you will feel like خلاص, I will never lose. And this is Jim Collins. Jim Collins حياته كلها سخرها into understanding why big businesses fail and why other great businesses succeed. The number one cause of failure for big businesses is feeling like you will never fail. خلاص, feeling like you're too big to fail. And this is what I love about what happened with Coca-Cola. They nurtured this and they didn't ما طاحوا في الحفرة اللي كل الثانيين طاحوا فيها الكبار. زي Kodak, for example. You know Kodak invested $500 million in developing a digital camera. وقت ما كان في البوم حق الديجيتال كاميرا, بس شوفوا الغباء. معليش بس غباء. $500 million to develop a digital camera. بس إيش كان الديجيتال aspect منها؟ الشاشة كانت digital بس you still print على البوليوود. والدنيا كلها خلاص. They were so stuck. They were so stuck. Polaroid. They were so stuck. حتى مع الموفمنت حق الديجيتال ما طالع. قالوا حنضيف ديجيتال. طب this is not digital. لأنه they were so stuck على what they had. وطاحوا. They were too big to fail. And they failed. When we talk about all of these phases, we need to understand all of the metrics هذه from A to Z. When we talk about traffic, I think this is very clear and simple. Unless we have engagement and then action and then monetization, this is useless to us. Unless إحنا صفحة ما عندنا any type of call of action. When we talk about moving to the next scope of this stage, we have engagement. And engagement, الناس اللي نعرفهم go from here until here. Hunger station, مجانا التوصيل. طب يا أخي قول لي أشياء. أتكلم معاك. This is literally what we see. Jumping from traffic to monetization. But what we need to track is every single step along the way. We are not here to be a business that lasts for a year and then نقول مع السلامة. We're here to become a business that is sustainable, that is scalable, that works for 10 years in advance. This is an exercise, it's going even deeper if you guys want to do. For محتوا's, I think this is key for you guys to do. For everyone else, this is an extra exercise if you guys truly want to invest your time in it. It is how to develop a content strategy, a roadmap from A to Z, whether it was business goals and objectives and what kind of content you should create around your business goals and objectives, up until going على content map. When you go على content map, what's beautiful about this is that you have your user personas في كل نوع. When I see this, for example, who am I targeting within the content هذا, and what does this person say? How does he live الحياة حقته اليومية? This person, for example, is a potential prospect. هذا شخص أنا ما جاني ما يعرفني بس he could sign up عندي. What is the user's emotion? Distraction and boredom. إيش الإكزامبل حق الأشياء اللي يقول I have so many emails in my inbox and I have no time. What is the content type? Email, social media, blog, and PR. Content page and purpose, engage, delight, showcase, insight and expertise by tracking hot topics. طيب اللي أهم من كل هذا, what is my business goal? من كل الcontent. I want to get people to believe that they have the problem that the app solves. This goes into so much more detail, and I wouldn't recommend for the other businesses to go from A to Z على كل النواحي. But I would recommend على حسب your OKRs اللي حطيتها, to take the OKRs, to take the key results, and to ask yourselves, how can content help me achieve the key results اللي تحت OKRs? And this is when you can go deeper into a content. For محتوا's, from A to Z. This is your livelihood. Alright, defining your content niche and your content strategy as well. So we have 3 phases of using content marketing. The first phase is being content aware. الناس يعرفوا عن my kind of content. I need to be found within an industry هذا. I need to be trusted and I need to generate greatness of understanding my industry. From this phase, we move into a thought leadership phase. The whole point of the thought leadership is to meet the demands of what topics do my users want to know about. لأن أنت هنا قاعد تخمن. أنت هنا قاعد تخمن. You don't know. But you think you might know from the existing users you have, from talking to your customers. Over here is when you can meet the demand of actual feedback from your content, not from your business. هنا تعديت المرحلة هذه. And you will have an efficient funnel to move them from understanding your content to suggesting content to you meeting a demand up until you becoming a storyteller. In this phase, you create co-creators. Other people go create stories, content, and blogs within your platform, and you enable them to become a storyteller, and you enable them to become ambassadors of your product. This is open view اللي حكيت عليها بس. So again, this is a venture capital company خلاص. Venture capital companies إيش الغرض منها الأساسي؟ They want to invest in companies. طب إيش دخلهم في content marketing؟ Through البلوج page اللي عندهم they target 2 people. They target startups إلى درجة مثلا I want to show you a part of الأشياء اللي عندهم هنا. They have a full مثلا هنا they have a full article على كل startup pillar. They have a blog post صفحة كاملة داخلها 500,000 blog post على الماركتينج for startups, على legal for startups, على operations for مو شغلهم. But what is their product? It's the startups that they invest in. So what is their content? مع إنه it doesn't relate to their business. It is how can you make startups succeed using the basic pillars of every startup for it to succeed. If you see over here, they have a podcast, a VC firm, and for what we see in the US, OpenView is the #1 content creator in terms of venture capital firms. What I loved في الموقع حقهم steps for calls of actions. هذا اللي I'm saying. Don't only be innovative في الcontent أو في الproduct. Be innovative إني كيف أحط له call of action without being in your face. So, انا دخلت على اوبن فيو، ضغطت على الاي بوك اللي هنا. اول شيء اخذني عليه اضوى حبيبتي وانا داونلود الاي بوك. فول نيم، لاست نيم، ايميل، agree to the email newsletter اللي حيطفش كل اسبوع كم مره، بس we will be in your face. You want to download it, you have to do what we ask for. ليه انا اقتنعت في هذه المرحله انه انا download it؟ لانه اعطوني كل هذا for free without requesting any kind of sign up. شوفوا كيف جروني. انا signed up. من هذه المرحله نقلوا على المرحله هذه. شوفوا الذكاء. خلاص. What did we say here? shareable. صح؟ look. حطيت الايميل حقي. المفروض regular websites what do they do بعد المرحلة هذه؟ خلاص I email you ال PDF. What did OpenView do? Click here to download or email to a friend to be shareable or email to a colleague. يعني you will share it regardless. أو شوف الذكاء ليه email to a colleague؟ لأنه هو will download this content. ستارت ابس ايش اهم اسيت فيها؟ الناس اللي فيها. لما حقرا شيء حيفيدني كستارت اب ايش اول شيء بعمله؟ I want to send it to my team. They were innovative حتى in showing the call of action and it's beautiful to see. This is the page I told you about حقت Coca-Cola. And the case study that they did. They did a whole movement about creating happiness. شوفوا ما له أي دخل في الستودنتس ولا له أي دخل في كوكاكولا. You know, one in every 4 people, every single minute, buy something from Coca-Cola. And we think, why is it an $81 billion business? صح؟
240, بس ال brand value is 81 billion.
ما شاء الله. كفار لا مو ما شاء الله. بس يعني seriously look هذا seriously look at يعني ايش دخل هذا بالسوداء؟ but it's there and they help people co-create. I told you من البلاتفورم هذا without trying anything on your drinks people started putting recipes to have الكوكاكولا السيرب والمدري ايه والاشياء اللي ما نفهمها نحن and they started selling the recipes to business owners. They opened a platform for users to monetize and to incentivize them to keep on sharing. But it's genius. اللينك حقه هنا ترى بس I think تكون تحت. Alright, content types. هذه على السريع بمشي فيها لأنه we still have the growth hacking. I want to see. When we talk about blogs, every single content method أو type نبغى نسأل نفسنا ليه؟ Is this the right type for my business objective, for my OKR, or not? لأنه if it's not, I have so many other options to use content marketing عليه, and I don't want to waste my. مين اللي حيهتم أصلاً يقرأ؟ Prior to that, what do you want to tell them? Okay, we understand the topics. Within a topic اللي اخترتها إيش الرسالة اللي تبغى توصلها؟ Within all of this, what are their pain points and why do they need this content? لأنه أنت ممكن تضيع 5 ساعات and you write something incredible. You either have a drop in distribution and execution, therefore ما حيجوك readers كثار, or كان عندك gap in understanding who your real reader is. اللي بعدها are you hanging out online مكان ما هم فيه؟ لأنه readers when we talk about blogs they're not your average social media users. They are in different communities and I think وبإذن الله محتواي is going to create communities هذه لأنه you have an extreme opportunity right now. But they're not in one saturated platform, they're distributed in so many other places. وفي عندهم their own communities that we don't know about. Ask yourself, are you distributing your blog مكان ما هم قاعدين؟ لأنه end of the day, the worst feeling for any content writer or for any business owner is to spend time على شيء مرة حلو وفي النهاية ما في traction أو ما في أي أحد قاعد يعطي وجه. اللي بعده Do you follow the keywords of using Google of using Google alerts or watch them use on Twitter? Do you understand how they react and engage within the platforms that they engage in? I don't want to go through all of them. You have the slides, but prior, the whole point of all this is قبل ما حتى نقضي وقت ونستثمر وقت any of these channels, we need to understand why. Newsletters, we have so many platforms today, MailChimp, HubSpot, and so many others that you could track مين فتح الإيميل, who unsubscribed, who engaged with email content نفسه, and where did they churn, where did they leave. في أي سطر في أي جزء من البلوج حقي أو في نيوزلتر حقي did they exit and go من غير unsubscribe. بس we need to understand. Within e-newsletters, the most important من أكثر الحركات الناجحة of email marketing is testimonials. And if we don't utilize them بالطريقة الصح, why are testimonials the most important? They give trust. وكل ما اليوزر نسيني أنا عندي إيميله أبغاه يفكر فيه بأول شيء يفكر فيه ثقة. I trust him, I want to use. Case studies. And for B2B, this is so extremely important. محتوايز, نسعى, linkers, this is so extremely important. Understanding case studies, وcase studies تنكتب على ثلاثة أجزاء كأنها قصة. إيش الأشياء اللي تخلي الcase studies more and more successful? Number one, what is the challenge? What is the solution? وإيش الresults من الcase study that you want to show off? And for linkers, this is what we need to start working on as soon as possible. لأنه this is trust. I'm a business. If someone wrote a case study about what I am delivering, then I am worth writing about. When we come and see this further, testimonials. You guys, هذه على landing page. هذه على landing page. لأنه end of the day, in the first phases of a startup, what I need is my customers' testimonials, my early adopters, the 2.5% اللي عندي. أبغى أعرف منهم. So أجي وأقرأ هذه. What do I need in terms of a technical operation for my startup? أحتاج مساحة إني أسألهم what do you think of me؟ من غير ما حتى أخذ feedback من اليوزر وأخذ منه input, I can never do this. And this is extremely important. نجي بعدها webinars and webcasts. This I would recommend for B2B businesses, for B2C businesses, tutorials. How to use, how to get the extreme benefit, how to, within every single detail of your topic, use a how-to. 5 steps. 5 top main attributes of X. Numbers دائما they hook. من ضمن الcontent types are videos, infographics. شوف خالد حطيتك من ضمن الكاتيجوريز. هذه indirect marketing لك. لا بس جنب بودكاست. شوفي ما سميت بودكاست محتوى، سميتها جنب محتوى. PR, and PR is something that we will be working on معاكم كلكم, but I need you to even start thinking of this on your own بعد 3 شهور. مين في channels, مين في outlets that you could build a relationship with to give continuous content for. User-generated content, هذه المرحلة I would say within phase 3 of the funnel, حق stages of content, we need to start thinking of this to become a platform for users to co-create. لأنه if you think you know everything about your industry, your users know more. اسأل مجرب ولا تسأل دكتور, صح? Your users know more. And your users want a place to vent. لأنه برجع بقول, the thing that we're seeing with social media اليوم is so scattered. All types of users are in all types of platforms. In niche platforms, هم من الأشياء اللي حنشوفها فيها المستقبل القريب. And this is why, by the way, we started seeing شركة Reddit and Etsy and حتى البزنس مودلز. أول Amazon كان يفكر بيكون horizontal platform. When Etsy came, do you guys know شركة Etsy? Okay, so Etsy is a marketplace for handmade accessories. خلاص, anything handmade you can find on Etsy. ETSY. It's a public company اليوم on the US stock market. Etsy, they were geniuses. ليه؟ لأنهم they looked at a niche demographic للناس اللي ما يحبوا الأشياء الكوميرشال، يحبوا الأشياء السنتمنتال، اللي الشخص قضى عليها وقت وتعب وسووا بيد بحب. اتسي مونتايز على هذا ومسكوا فيرتيكال واحد، ما حمسك كل شيء، انا بس هاند ميد accessories. And this is what they looked at and they started opening co-creation للناس اللي يعملوا الهاند ميد items to share with each other. ليه؟ لأنه ما كان في بلاتفورم لهم. تويتر، سناب شات، فيسبوك، لكل أحد. ما في platform for only people that like to design handmade items. They created it. ليه؟ لأنه يساعدهم في البزنس. مو حبا. يساعدهم في البزنس. But it's a strategic decision. E-books, FAQs, عبد العزيز, this is something we need to work on. Dictionary of gamers, FAQs, ايش الترمينولوجي حقت who play. Charts, graphs, printed books, events and trade shows. And I think all of the rest are pretty straightforward, لكن the whole point of today is looking at these channels differently. ما نبغى نطالع فيهم ونقول copy paste نفس اللغة اللي هنا. زي ما عندنا customer persona, we need to have a channel persona على كل channel that we want to use. You guys have this on the slides as well. You could look at it in detail. أنا هنا حاولت أفصل لكم إياها على حسب every category. هذه حق الدومينوز ومايسترو اللي I told you about. يعني الأسلوب حتى. بس the beauty about this is real-time content marketing. مايسترو لما شافت التويت حق الدومينوز لقت فرصة to use content marketing to market نفسها. Reply to tweet, use this tweet. أبغى أوريكم one of the most winning real-time content marketing حقت أوريو. تعرفوا السوبر بول اللي يصير في أمريكا every year. So a few years ago صار في power outage في السوبر بول حق أمريكا في نفس السيزون في نفس اليوم. أوريو على طول what did they do? Power out, no problem. You can still dunk in the dark. لأن أوريو you dunk it في الحليب. And Super Bowl, you get it? تعبت شوية إنه وصل. بس look you guys, 15,000 retweets. What did this cost them? Nothing. لقوا فرصة. This is real time content. يعني real time content نوع من أنواع الماركتينج. إنه أنا الآن في فرصة في season I will monetize on this. Fitness time, and I love this example. واحد كاتب عبد الله سبيل وقت اللياقة لو يتحمس فتح بحوشنا راح ردوا عليه كم مساحة حوشكم؟ And it's genius لأنه it costs nothing but it's funny, it builds a story with your user, it builds a comical aspect. يصير في علاقة. You guys أول كلمة قلتها though if you can get everything من الworkshop حقت اليوم, if you can get one sentence, don't shout at users, talk to them, have a conversation. These are conversations. You guys, 15,000 retweets. If Oreo wanted to have a paid campaign to get this much retweets, they would have paid hundreds of thousands. This was free, real-time content. Visual content, and we have an impact in the next slides, like in 3M. You know a company called 3M?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3M, they did a study. They found that 90% of information is more condensed when it's transmitted through visuals. More important than that, visual content is processed بالمخ 60,000 مرة أسرع من text content. عشان كده visuals even within your brand. Why do you have these colors? Why do you use this message? This is your visual. Curated content بكل اختصار is co-creation. Curated means I'm not creating it, I am taking it from somewhere and I بس قاعد I am aggregating it حول المنصة حقتي. This is visual content. 90% of information is transmitted to the brain. It is visual. 60,000 times faster. 40% of people respond better to visual information than plain text. What do I understand من هنا? What is the most page on my website? What is the most important page on the website حقي? Which one? landing page. يا سلام عليك. What should I have in my landing page? A lot of visuals. And the main call of action is in my landing page. The first part of my landing page. this is really important for B2B. 42% of B2B marketeers use online presentations in their content marketing. When we come and see the amounts of opportunities that we can create from visual content, لو كان فيديو، لو كان tutorial في 3 steps البدائية حقت الاب. These initial moments هي اللي ركزوا على الفيجوال. اللي هو أول اليوزر جيرني، أول steps في كل اليوزر جيرني اللي عندي. أنا هنا غرض الأساسي أبغى أجيبه. I want him to put an email, I want him to sign up, I want him to register. All I need to do is visual. التكست الكثير حيخوفني وحيخليني أطلع. التكست المرتب اللي قاعد عامل لي فيه مثلا كلمات bold على الكي words that you want me to read، خلاص I can scan, I can understand and I can do what you want me to do. But play with my visuals so you can get my conversion. And this is extremely important. Infographics. I told you about Shadda. This is a local example. But this is an actual stat, 12% of infographics can improve website traffic. Therefore, what should I have on my landing page? Either a video, either an infographic, or an image that explains my entire value proposition. 40% of people respond better to visual than info on plain text. Oh, this is really important. 86% of conversions happen when videos are on your landing page. 86%. طيب, when we talk about videos, we have multiple types, صح? بس لما نتكلم عن how they are portrayed, we have motion graphic and then we have real people. So many studies showed that real people have better conversion from any animated video. And I think if you just ask yourselves as consumer, أنا على إيش I will respond? Animation or real person? What would you say? Maybe for gamers it's a different story. I don't want you to answer. صح؟ لكن for all of you, what type of يعني لو شفتوا person animated or person حقيقي, what will you respond to better?
The real one.
Exactly. So we would prioritize real videos, real people videos and animation videos. However, we need we need motion graphic videos for المينيمال points هذه اللي نبغى نوصلها بسرعة ومعسرة. ما يحتاج أجيب ناس ويتكلموا وكل هذا. For something to explain a general theory, this is what I would need. For something to explain a story, أحتاج شخص حقيقي يجي يصور وأحتاج فيديو. وسعد ترى he is our videographer and he can help all of you out بأي type of video تحتاجه. كيف وأنا أوحق. تقول لي شكرا يا حبيبي. Content marketing شفتوا؟ Alright, how much do we have? 5:30. خلص? What time is it? 5:08. ما قاعد المغرب؟ أذن؟ أوه نعم، أوكي. إيش رأيكم ناخذ بريك عشان ما يخلص صلاة المغرب؟ نيجي وحنكمل. I think this is the last section. بعدها حنبدأ growth hacking as I told you. إذا ما خلصنا growth hacking اليوم, we can do it on Sunday أو أي يوم ثاني that you guys want وحنكمل بعد. نصلي ونكمل. الساعة كم نرجع؟ الورشة بعدها 6 we will be here. حبل الأفكار تقفل خلاص. You guys have the guide. If you want this on a Word format, I can definitely send it. But in general, what is the role of the Chief Content Officer? The role is not to write. The role is to love reading, to understand which content to turn into a beautiful masterpiece. اعتبري a Chief Content Officer, and you know how in every museum عندك a curator اللي يرتب الأماكن, اللي يشوف اليوزر اكسبيرينس, اللي يحاول يحط البانرز تحت كل art piece عشان يوري الفاليو منها. This is the Chief Content Officer on a virtual level. And this is for محتوايز, it is absolutely key.
Can we have this, it's called the creative director.
حلو. A creative director is more for a marketing agency, right?
Maybe أحس إن شوف الكريتيف دايركتور اللي we have المهام جديد طلعت الايديز نطلعها tracks on designs and almost like exactly what you're saying, but the name is different. ممكن إنه we name it.
لأنه again you're not a marketing agency, you're a content creator, and you want to be the leading content creator, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, one of the key roles you have is the Chief Content Officer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
فيعني I think I know Maha is perfect for this job.
Yeah.
And
she basically does this, is now like knowing exactly the tasks maybe it's gonna tweak a bit.
Definitely, definitely. I don't want to spend time on this, and this is more of a template, and for محتوايز it's absolutely key for everyone else. I know resources aren't there in نوظف content creators, right? But we have freelancers, and we also have existing content sleeping في أماكن ثانية about the industry حقتنا. كل اللي علينا إنه we either specialize a role على واحد that we already have existing within a startup اللي عندنا to spend 20% of their time doing what the chief content officer would do. But the whole point of today is to show you the importance of content, number one, to remove القبعة حقت conventional content methods and the conventional marketing methods as well, and most importantly, to create a customer persona and a channel persona per each content type. It's not a copy-paste solution. حتى على channels. Since we're done with this, I want to move على growth hacking workshop. Alright. Alright, so الموضوع مرة كبير and مستحيل حنقدر نخلصها بساعة ونص. And the way I want us to look at growth hacking, even within a schedule حق ال 12 أسبوع حق الفلاجشيب, if you notice starting من أول شهر, a lot of the main titles is growth. لأنه في النهاية this is a growth stage program. And most of the startups here are ready for growth. And all we're looking at right now is how can we do growth with the most minimal resources. لأنه end of the day, this is a mentality and it's not a short-time marketing method. It's a mentality that we need to put into play حتى when we have the Series A round, حتى when we have the Series B round. Regardless, we need to have the mentality of أول شيء, what is growth hacking? والشيء الثاني, how can we maximize hacking with minimal resources. لو عندي ريال and my competitor عنده ريال يصرفوا فيه المارketing budget, I want to maximize my ROI at least 10 times minimum. And this should be our KPI. When it comes to growth hacking, how can I maximize على كل هللة مو على كل ريال حتى. What we're going to talk about اليوم as a general method of growth hacking, again ترى اليوم we're only going to scratch the surface. We're not going to go deep. لأنه مستحيل بيوم واحد go deep ومستحيل بساعة ونص. What I can promise you and what I want you to promise me as well, from today's workshop, you will identify key methods and suggest to us what you want for growth hacking going forward. There's so much. But we need you to tell us what you need going forward as well. So we can create workshops and we can create verticals على what you guys need instead of us creating and telling. We want, you know what we were talking about always is talk to your customers. We want to talk to you. We want you to tell us. And we don't want to not practice what we're preaching. We want to practice what we're preaching. We're going to talk about 6 basic sections again. And again, this is only scratching the surface. بس أتمنى إن we will try to even do it شوية justice لأنه we can't. يوم واحد we can't. Number 1 is إيش معنى growth hacking? We know it's been a buzzword, لكن إيش المعنى الأساسي for this terminology? And what is the difference between a marketeer and a growth hacker? And this is extremely important لأنه في النهاية نشوف any kind of innovative marketing campaign نقول هذا growth hack. But what makes it a growth hack? This is number 1. Number 2, we want to know, okay, قبل ما حتى أبدأ as a business, as internal operations, not as a product, as internal operations, what do I need as my internal operations prior to even growth hacking? رقم 3, as a product. What are the prerequisites for the product قبل ما أبدأ targeting and spending on growth hacking? Number 4, إيش ال growth hacking strategies that we can monetize on? 5, general tips, and some of it are actually funny. Number 6 is creating your growth hacking framework. So we'll start. أول شيء. السريع. والله مرة تعبت فيها هذه الدوائر مرة تعبنا فيها. الترانسبيرنسي ومدري ايه واشياء ما كنا نعرفها. والله فبس كنت باخذ 1 minute from your time واخليكم تشوفوا التصميم. والله you're so welcome. Alright, so what is growth hacking? You see everything around it. A combination of it is what we call growth hacking. A difference between a marketeer and a growth hacker. A marketeer looks at acquisition, activation, revenue. basic صح؟ A growth hacker looks at acquisition, activation, revenue, referral, loyalty, advocacy, and then all over again. Activation, acquisition, activation, and all over again. It's a loop that never ends. How can we make this formula happen? It's through adding all of these concepts, all of these terminologies together to get to the key formula of growth hacking. You all know the startup lean methodology, صح? And then you all know creative marketing. Put it together along with technical marketing in terms of a technical development. عشان we get to the creative marketing, what do I need to do on the platform technically to be able to achieve a creative marketing campaign هذا من غير any bugs, من غير any crashes. This is one side of the cake. نجي ونشوف the data side of growth hacking. Once we have and once we يعني خلاص وقت ما نلبس قبعة experimentation, we no longer want this is what I want, or I will continue on. No. قبعة experimentation, I will be driven by data. Data will tell me if I'm right or wrong, not my assumptions. Data will tell me. Once I have this, I need to combine it with my conversion rate optimization. And this is my key, يعني, this is end of the day. Why do I want to do growth hacking and not conventional marketing? I want to optimize my conversion rate. My conversion rate, ليه؟ Then I want to get to my key metric. End of the day, everything relies on something else. There's always a prerequisite. دائما في journey هذه. We need to see البداية حقت الجيرني من understanding how can I experiment and how can I track الفورمولاز اللي احتاجها عشان اوصل لي اذا هذا الاكسبيرمنت ناجحه ولا it was a failure. Combine these two من ناحية data and then you have growth hacking. Combine this with the marketing, then you're getting closer with it. الآن let's نمسك اللي تحت. This is purely technical. When we talk about automation, and this was the majority of our discussion yesterday, صح? When we talk about automation, why do we need automation? End of the day, we need to be scalable businesses, and we need to be ريال الواحد. We need 10 times ROI, return on investment بين الكومبيتيتور اللي عندي. إذا أنا قاعد أصرف ريال في الماركتينج كامبين، my competitor قاعد يصرف ريال، I want to maximize my return أكثر منه ب10,000. How? It is through automation and engineering. If I add this with the technical side of marketing and user experience improvements, I'm getting even a bit closer to growth hacking. And let's hold the last part of the cake, which is in parallel with user experience optimization and improvements, which is behavioral psychology. And behavioral psychology يعني هذا عالم يمكن من أحلى العوالم الموجودة لأنه the most complex creatures are us. Understanding what moves us, understanding what drives us, understanding يعني العلاقات الشخصية صعب نوصل لها، أجل ما بالكم الكونسومرز اللي أنا أبغى أوصل 100,000 order per day. طب how can I understand their behavioral psychology to optimize their experience, to optimize their conversion? This is not science, this is art. And this you can never reach without experimentation. The whole point of all of this is to get a bit closer to understanding the behavioral psychology of our consumers to then growth hack عليها. I know الآن this is all about what is growth hacking. Going forward we're going to go a bit deeper, but as a general concept, do you get the difference between a marketeer and the growth hacker?
Somehow.
You will get it more. If you don't get it by the end of the day, لازم نعيد الورشة حقت اليوم.
يعني أنا الماركتير اللي هو traditional marketing guy, growth hacker اللي هو who sits on the results of the marketeers to design a faster path.
يا سلام عليك. Exactly. بس زود عليها a marketeer حيطالع في الماركتينج. A growth hacker حيطالع في product improvements, في user experience improvements, في engineering improvement as an entire business. For what is the optimal objective? Marketing. مو أنا marketing وأنا هذا الvertical حقي. No. I am everywhere to optimize my marketing. This is a growth hacker. A growth hacker even goes in line with the product engineering team. ليه؟ لأنه he is listening to the users. If I don't have a direct contact with my technical development team, I cannot act based on what my user feedback is. And this is the formula الصعبة. And finding that person is even harder. And he needs to be data driven and he needs to have a beautiful background on how can I understand data and turn it into wisdom and knowledge. فthis for startups الرول هذا يعني mostly is either the founder or the product developer. Mostly. Nora معانا. Crazy. She's a product manager of مسرع. And she is incredible. She is ما في كلام الدنيا حيكفيها ما أقدر مسرع والله. Alright, so general metrics of growth. Again, this will get you a bit closer to يعني إيش الفرق بين الماركتير؟ لأنه الماركتير looks at total registrations, active users, maybe of course the churn rate, monthly recurring revenue, and annual revenue. What a growth hacker looks for is all of that and retention rate. This is هذا البنزين حق الجروث هاكر. غير إنه I want to optimize my conversion. وإيش الفائدة إنه I convert 100% من اليوزرز بس بكرة كلهم يروحوا. This is my retention and this is البنزين حق الجروث هاكر. I need to understand my activity levels. When do I peak and when do I plummet? And I think this is what Linkers also wants to achieve in terms of if you have a peak in terms of traffic, how can you optimize your operations by giving you an extra resource to help you out? صح? You need to do this internally, even internally. How can I understand my activity levels internally as my user behaves so I can optimize their experience وقت activity levels حقتي. A growth hacker وقت ما everything is going down in terms of let's say Ramadan, let's say العيد, a growth hacker innovates على هذا السيزون. A marketeer يقول لك لا خليني احط budget Q4. We're getting closer على الفرق. Going a bit forward, the lifetime value of my customer. Again, I acquired 100% of my users, I converted 100% of my users. بكرة صار عندي 30% retention rate. بعد سنة كل 30% اللي كانت عندي السنة الأولى راحت. My lifetime value is 1 year. بس the perfect lifetime value equation دائما احسبوها كده. If it costs me ريال واحد إني أجيب customer acquisition cost الكاك حقي ريال, my lifetime value of the customer لازم يكون أعلى من 3 times what I spent to get him. So if I do annual payments, I need to have them for 3 years minimum. If I track this based on monthly transactional values مثلا, I need to have monthly transactional values that are 3 times more than what I initially paid to acquire. وهذه الفورمولا يعني again this goes back with active users. Is what is the lifetime value? Okay, إيش حيفيدنا I have 100,000 active users today, لكن their lifetime is only 1 day. Am I a 1-day business? No. And this يعني again growth hackers red flags اللي تجيهم to know إنه I need to do something fundamental في البرودكت أو في marketing campaign is 2 things. Number 1, a churn rate. A churn rate is basically كم أحد دخل عندي subscribed وبعدها طلع. So if I was Linkers for example, I bill my clients let's say every year. خلاص السنة الجاية I have 100. Let's say اليوم I have 100 clients. السنة الجاية 5 of my clients unsubscribe. I have a 5% churn rate. A churn rate you need to track it minimum every week. ليه؟ لأنه when you track it early, you can identify patterns. لو كان في red flag لا سمح الله, you know week by week what I need to do. لأنه إذا جاء شيء that crashed, for example in the software, I have 5% that churned, and I wouldn't know that as a marketeer. And I'm only observing this. I'm not observing the الأشياء الثانية. I need to go back as a growth hacker to my development team and make that never happen again. Now I know when it crashes, my users churn. I know a pattern. I know a user behavior. Growth hacking is so much about psychology more than any other method, and it's beautiful. لأنه this is our life. Our life is psychology. الكاك I told you about. The perfect equation to a lifetime value مع الكاك إنه lifetime value يكون أكبر من 3 أضعاف customer acquisition cost. When we talk about the net promoter score, do you guys know this terminology? A net promoter score is the NPS. So net promoter score ما حتطلع لكم لا من جوجل أناليتكس ولا من هوتجار ولا من كريزي إج ولا من any analytical platform. A النت بروموتر سكور كل خلاصه how can I get the data هذه اني اسال اليوزر as a question يا انه بعد ما هي registers يا بعد ما هي buys how likely are you to recommend this to another friend from 1 to 10 1 to 10 جوابه is my net promoter score ليه again what do marketeers track acquisition activation revenue this is a marketeer what do growth hackers track acquisition, activation, revenue, referral is this. Loyalty, advocacy, and then I go all the way back. لأنه أنا, okay, if I get a user right now and their lifetime value is 3 years, but if one user refers 5 other users and every 5 other users the lifetime value حقهم 3 years يصير initially هذاك أول user is 3 ضرب 5. It is 15 years. Then he referred 5 people عندي. And this is my net promoter score. Again, this criteria, this metric, ما في any analytical platform حيعطيكم إياها automatically. You need to ask for it. How likely are you, and you rank it from 1 to 10. How likely are you to use this product or refer this product to your friends from 1 to 10? This is your NPS. قبل ما we even think about growth hacking or the product and what we need to do for the product. As an internal operation, what do we need to do internally من غير product internally قبل ما نفكر في growth hacking. هذه هات الولد. تسلم يدك. والله عزوز اللي عزوز ترى عامل الديزاينز كلها فما زي اشوف وجهي واستغربت شوي. عزوز عامل الديزاينز ما شاء الله. والله تسلم يدك. والله تسلم يدك. Alright, so internal steps. We have 6 basic steps that we need to track internally. The OKR workshops حقت مازن, this is number 1. When I want to transfer the OKRs to marketing objectives, I need to know my key business goals. And OKRs, you remember, they were based on 1 key metric. And then you have 3 to 5 OKRs. Under every OKR, you have key results. صح? And you want to track it, and you want to reach it, and you have a time frame for it. كل واحدة بوحدة. الآن take it macro. أمسك الobjective, لا تمسك key result. What is your business goal that you want to achieve from your growth hacks? As a macro. بسرعة عامة. معنا؟ أعيد؟ Okay, تمام. بعد ما أفهم what is my business goals to be a growth hacker or to understand growth hacking, I need to understand my target audience, which is what we've been talking about for the past week. And this is one of our objectives من focus groups. لأنه زي ما قلنا قبل شوية غير customer persona, I have a channel persona. A target audience is my customer persona. الآن how do I reach them? وكل واحد منهم وين قاعد يسولف وين قاعد يقعد وين قاعد how are they spending their day على كل منصة I have a different persona and this is what I need to identify here and here when I identify a target audience اللي عندي I identify the key channels and all of this technically we spoke about في bullseye method attraction method as well right the 3 circles what's probable what's possible and what's working I identify my key channels then بعدها خلصت 3 steps now I sit with my team based on these 3 what possible small growth hacking experiments can I do and I will show you examples I don't want you to يعني feel overwhelmed الحين إنه إيش kind of experiments that these are internal steps that you need to do لأنه if you don't do these you cannot measure what you don't track I brainstorm about small growth experiments. Why do I say small? And what do I mean by small? A 7-day time frame. ليه? If we wear الهات حق experimentation, I need to be fast and I need to identify what's working and what's not as soon as possible. إذا أخلي كل experiment شهر عبال ما ألاقي winning experiment حتاخذني سنة. By the way, you need to do minimum of 10 to 20 experiments to find 1 or 2 winning experiments. And this is why we're saying small growth experiments that don't exceed 7 days. اللي بعدها بعد ما I brainstorm with my team, I will show you how to rank every single idea that you have. based on the confidence level اللي عندك and this will work, based on the cost of every challenge that you want to do and the experiment as well, based on the input time technically to develop الشيء هذا and for the marketing team to go and deliver it. All together I need to rank وبعدها I need to prioritize. من غير ما rank I cannot prioritize من عندي. ليه؟ لأنه if I do حكون قاعدة أخمن وما حيكون قاعدة أدرب. Finally, I execute the experiment within a 7-day time frame. And just to accentuate as well الفرق بين الجروث هاكر وبين الماركتير. Growth hackers, يعني this is a quote from Sean Ellis. Sean Ellis is the creator of the growth hacking movement, and he is a guru in growth hacking as well. What he says is growth hackers also work on a lot of things that digital marketeers don't like: customer retention, product development, working with APIs. So هنا you have a technical hat في growth hacker. ليه؟ لأنه you remember the story of Airbnb, Craigslist, Airbnb. This was APIs, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't an open source API that I could just go and integrate with. They need to work with product development, APIs, customer development, etc., as compared to a digital marketeer whose prime focus is customer acquisition. This is the growth hacker. Marketeers create user personas, growth hackers create channel personas. This is all we've been talking about for the past week. Alright, so الآن خلصنا internal operations, which is this. What is the core objective is this? You cannot measure what you don't track. I need to understand what my objective is عشان أقدر أقول لنفسي if I'm winning or if I'm losing. Going forward نمسك البرودكت الآن. إيش الأشياء اللي في البرودكت قبل ما أبدأ أصرف in experiments technically and market and من طرف الماركتينج as well. The aha moment. هل عندي فايدة وإذا ما عندي aha moment في البرودكت، إذا ما عندي that this is valuable من ناحية الكاستمر. What if I do 1,000,000 growth experiments? Is it gonna benefit me? No. So what's يعني ما قبل ما حتى أجرب أنا waste my resources I need to achieve this. If I don't achieve this, you're garbage in garbage out حتى في growth experiments. غير aha moment and we will go into examples غير حقت ماسة الضرابة اللي أعطاها. We will go into examples of how can I understand my aha moment in terms of user behavior. The growth team as a startup I know resources are minimal. But every single person within your early team إذا كنتوا 10 employees, every single person within 10 employees هذول needs to understand a general objective of growth hacking. 2 people need to execute. مين هم 2 people؟ غالبا الفاوندر and the product manager. And this is a growth team حقي. When the company grows, Facebook for example عندهم chief growth engineer. Chief growth officer. And they have a full department best للgrowth team. When a company grows, they grow into a whole department حق growth team. When the company is small, the founder and the product manager need to be the growth hackers. Number 3 is efficient experimentation. And when we go into efficient experimentation, you will see examples and you will see 4 basic steps. The 4 basic steps identify in metrics that I need to track. They identify how can I ensure that I don't garbage in or garbage out within this experiment itself. Retention rate. Why do I need retention rate قبل ما أبدأ في growth hacking?
No, the successful.
قبل growth hacking. growth hacking. إيه أنت هنا ما قبل growth hacking. Why do you need to have retention rate ما قبل growth? To see the difference? Of course, definitely. What's most important, أحمد, you wanted to say something?
أنا أظن إن عشان أعرف المنتج بتاعي هل الناس أساساً حابة ترجع له ولا لا؟
Exactly. Retention rate goes back to the aha moment. How do I know if I have the aha moment within my customers? Are they coming back? Common sense. What is my retention rate? If my retention rate is 5%, I don't حرام بدل ما أصرف وقت على growth hacking, I need to spend time on product development.
What's too little? Not to يعني.
I have a graph to show you per industry على retention rates. The average is 30% cumulative. Per every industry, media عندها retention rate, SaaS عندها retention rate. I have a graph to show you. Lastly is, and this is again experimentation, بالدقيقة اللي أشوف بعد 7 أيام this is not working, I need to have the in-house agility to change and to execute another experiment. We have a whole session بإذن الله within the few coming weeks على pivoting. And pivoting is one of the most يعني you guys read a lean startup book صح؟ في عندنا 7 different types of pivoting. Zoom in pivot, zoom out pivot, customer segment pivot. عندنا 7 different types of pivoting. And a pivot is not necessarily changing your product. A pivot could be changing your customer demographic. And you remember Potbelly's story? This was a zoom out pivot. They zoomed out من البزنس بالكامل. They went into a different category. بس تويتر قبلها كان اسمه أوديو. And I have a slide on this as well. أوديو كان نفس ال basic objective بس a different solution for it. What was the objective of شركة أوديو؟ شيرك صح؟ and social. إني أنا بدل ما I share tweets وكلمات أنا I share audio segments micro audio blogging. This was the objective. It didn't work out. الobjective ما تغير لسه صار social media ولسه صار sharing. اللي تغير was how I was delivering my product. They turned it into text بدل ما كان audio. This is a zoom in pivot. أحمد تكلمنا عن يلب أمس وعملت البحث. Okay, so Yelp is not doing well today. خلاص it is on the verge of going bankrupt. مع إنه it's a publicly listed company. It is $1 billion company, and they changed a lot of things من لما بدأوا قبل ما يطلعوا big social media sites من قبل Yelp. قبل ما نبدأ هنا I just want to tell you يعني I want you guys to even think معاي why is Yelp not working. أول شيء do you guys know what Yelp is؟ حلو أي أحد ما يعرف أوكي. Yelp منصة إنه نحط المطاعم نحط الأماكن نحط البزنسز والكاستمرز يعطوا ريفيو and rating. خلاص؟ This is Yelp. البزنس موديل حقهم بالكامل إني أنا أقدر أعمل sponsored على البزنسز إني أخليهم رقم 1 في البلاتفورم. Yelp when they started I think it was 2006 if I'm not 2004 معليش. They launched in 2004. 2004 ما كانت السوشيال ميديا زي ما هي اليوم صح؟ 2004 they were struggling. ليه؟ لأنهم they didn't understand إيش كان الآها مومنت حقهم. ما وصلوا هناك. All they knew إنه أنا عندي بلاتفورم في بزنسز إذا أي حد يبغى يتواصل معهم. ما كان عندهم فيدباك ولا كان عندهم ريتنج ولا كان عندهم ريفيوز. Little by little they wanted to find الآها مومنت حقهم and it wasn't happening for any kind of growth hacking experiment. Little by little جاهم suggestion from one of their users to give them a chance to write a comment. تلاقي واحد معصب لقى شعره بأكله ولا شيء ويبغى يفضفض. فراح اليلب وقال I need this feature. I need to vent. The minute they developed this, the minute they did, they grew into a $2 billion company. They went public. This الكلام هذا كله ترى قبل حتى 2010. 2009 جاهم 2 offers for acquisition. First offer was from Google $550 million. They said hell no. Second offer from الديتا اللي عندهم. شفت الجراف حقتهم أول if you see من يوم من الأوفرز حقون جوجل up until 2016 their growth is like this. يعني مو حتى linear, it's explosive in terms of users and in terms of unique users اللي قاعدين يجوا without any kind of marketing. But what Yelp did to defeat Google, this is a strategic discussion. This is not growth hacking, but it's really important to just understand and to think about. لما شافت Google was dominating the market in terms of business reviews, they started pushing more and more into sponsored ads. وإيش المشكلة في sponsored ads على business reviews? It's not genuine. أنا أجي وأقول أنا منصة أعطي الناس offers مجموعة طبيب الله أكبر. أنا ما أجي وأقول اللي ماخذين عقلي. أجي وأقول أنا منصة أعطي الناس business reviews that are authentic from users. ولكن كيف أدخل فلوس إن أنا أخلي البزنس تدفع لي عشان تكون رقم 1 اليوزرز كيف؟ This contradicts this. ما في vision, ما في mission, ما في values, ما في transparency, ما في بس I want to conquer Google. This was a KPI حقهم.
Amazon is making the same mistake right now, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, they offer you free products if you do a verified review. And you have to mention in the review that you got a free product for that review, which is counterintuitive. Yeah, and when I read the review, I know it's not authentic. That user is getting a free product to give a review on it. But they would never say a bad thing.
Do they oblige you to do a positive review?
Yeah. They give you money. That's what I thought. There was the pivot moment. They went bankrupt. The validity of the reviews, because طلع كثير كلام إنه people are rating them high or commenting good, but then they يروحون طلع عكس تماما.
You guys promise me ما حتكون كذا في حياتكم. I'm serious لأنه competition makes you do crazy things صح؟ ترى حتى بحياتنا الشخصية سيبوا البزنس شوي. When you feel threatened, you're not you. Your business is a person. When it feels threatened, المانجمنت ما حيخلوها نفس ما كانت. You will lose the core essence of what made you. And this is a disaster. لأنه you will do anything to defeat competition. This is what Yelp did. They can go back to growth hacking. It's a beautiful discussion from a strategic point of view. لأنه it's really يعني long term. This is worth thinking about. But looking at growth hacking, they did do a good job in terms of finding an aha moment. How did they find it? The user told them. And it's beautiful to see how simple. Listen, talk to your customers. eBay تعبوا يلاقوا oh by the way this is completely overlapping with the OKR discussion. ليه؟ لأنه the aha moment is your key metric. eBay, their key basic aha moment was the number of won auctions. Did you guys ever use eBay before? حلو. When did you feel إنه this is beautiful? أنا مع إنك دفعت بس I want something. When? When you're the winner for the bid صح؟ إنه في مرة كثير ناس وين اختاروني. الفلوس اختارتني. أيوة بس it's a psychological ترى thing ها. The first car I bought when I was in the US was from eBay. يا الله الفرحة بس it felt so good إنه هم اختاروني. يا حبيبتي أنتي اللي دفعتي. لا هم اختاروا. شوفوا this was an aha moment. Therefore their aha moment and their key metric was كم أحد فاز auction. ليه؟ The minute you do you won't stop using eBay. You want that feeling again. طيب Uber. What is their aha moment? Before you even see, what is their aha moment? Let's شوف. إيش الآها moment حقت Uber؟ حقت كم؟ You guys used it صح؟ When did you feel like I like this? Driver reviews?
لا, drivers put nearby.
السيارة نظيفة وسيارة فخمة.
Almost. هذه كلها مهمة الأشياء.
Makes you feel important.
بس أبغى أبغى.
When you get the drivers, that's when you feel it.
Technically بس أبغى أسمع عبد الله.
عادة وقت التاكسي ياخذني وقت جدا طويل. لما الجوال التاكي فأول شيء لما يوصل لأن عادة خلاص السيارة تحت التاكسي.
Both of you are right. It was a time ما بين إني أطلب سيارة إلى ما تجيني السيارة. هذه الأها moment. When they first started, you know, لما Uber started, they were black cars, صح? They weren't regular cars. They were black fancy cars. حتى Travis, the founder, what he was saying was, يعني you would feel like a baller when you order a black car and 8 minutes هي عندك. هي اللي جتك. يعني it gives you, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs again. Self-actualization is what Uber hits when you feel like أنت مرة مهم. Black car 8 دقائق أياميها التكاسي ما كان في كده. This was their aha moment. لما اليوزر يحس الدisruption هذا ما حيوقف.
I remember I heard in a speech in the people started associating yellow cars to cheap quality, and black cars were always perceived as VIP, important people, limos, you know, something important. So the color played a factor into it. So I think that's why they picked the black color for their.
Definitely. وحتى الكود اللي من Travis, you push a button and a black car comes up. Who's the baller? Who is the baller? It was a baller move to get a black car to arrive in 8 minutes. لأنه black cars هذيك الأيام you schedule in advance. أنا حوصل الساعة كذا طيب مدري إيه. وإيش هذا؟ لا ضغطة 8 minutes. And this was an aha moment. Facebook. What is the aha moment? When I instantly, this is the key word. This is the key word. When I instantly share something with my friends and they instantly like, they instantly comment. Their aha moment is here.
Or find an old friend.
Or find an old friend.
handshake.
هذه أحس الأجيال تختلف. لا بس الأجيال تختلف صح؟ أنت وحسن I think you found old friends هناك.
I think when you see that one, the red one on top of your screen, your plus friend or message, and you want to open that to see who it is.
Yes.
You always have someone you're hoping is sending you something.
يا أخي Facebook makes you curious. تطلع العرق الملقوف.
Yeah.
And this is the aha moment. إنه it feeds your curiosity about people. End of the day, we are social beings. Facebook empowered that. للأسف a bit too much, but they did empower that. When you get that notification, when they instantly reply to what you shared, you want to stop? خلاص. I want to show them everything. كل شيء عرضه. And this was an aha moment. Dropbox. You guys, الUSBs, الهارد درايفز يعني حوسة أروح أطلعها أحطها عندي بالكمبيوتر استنى they upload. Their aha moment was the ease of sharing files. Drag and drop. لا تجيب شيء ولا تحط شيء. It's within your desktop.